Hey buddy, I think you did a good job. I'm very impressed. Very ambitious. You did dig a hole to China. We'll talk about that in a second. I wanted to show you this connection here. You did good. You had the right idea. This is of course the way you learn. What I wanted to show you here is on this connection, so it's leaking here. You can see the water. Now, like this crimp here needs to be, they need to be up here on this, as close to this end as possible, and then they're tight. So this one, move it up a little further and squeeze it a little tighter, and this one as well. Sometimes what I do is I'll put two on in case I mess up one, and then I'll have the other one all the way on there. So what I'm going to have to do, I'll get this squared away for you and I'll show you how to do it, is I'm going to try to twist these off. I'll just take those crimp pliers and I'll spin them until I can break that and break that. Once I spin those off, then I'm going to pull this connection apart. Now, I'll show you with a torch. You can use a butane torch in order to heat this up if it's too cold and not very pliable, to get this connection back in. So I'll pause the video and I'll get what I need and then show you how to do it. Okay, so the way that I'll do this is try to get this crimper underneath, just the edge of this crimper underneath, just that sharp corner. Can you see how I've got that? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze it down. And then try to just spin it off. Kind of doing this. There we go. Actually, I think that's about all I'm going to need to do, because let's see if I can. It's interesting, it's like there's water running to it. Shouldn't be. That means that that valve is not closed. Anyway, I just cut that thing off like that. And so that's loose now.
Turn off the sprinklers?
There shouldn't be any water running to it, because the valve should have it closed off, unless this is the supply line to the valve box. So what we're going to do is Ford's going to run and turn off the sprinkler, because I think this might be the supply line. I feel it coming apart. Hurry. It could get really wet. I don't want, this shouldn't be running unless it's a water supply. That's okay, I'll get rid of some. Oh shit. Yeah, that's a supply line. That's wanting to come apart. Okay, we're going to pause. Unless it gets exciting, I'll videotape the excitement. Okay, now here's the deal, buddy. So what I did was I just loosened these up. You don't want to tear the hose, otherwise then you got to fix the hose. So you get it underneath like I did and just pry it up. And then this one is on pretty good. So what we're going to do is we'll pull that one off. And then you can take these dead ones off. And these are not the best crimpers, but if you get a really good set of crimpers, you can actually cut them. But we're going to slide that off. We're going to take this one and slide it off. You can use the water to wash your hands. And then use these crimpers. Have a bunch of mud so you splash your mom, the cameraman. Pound it down to where you're to the nub. Now here's a secret. For the cost of these crimpers, put 2 on, in case you screw one up. Then, same thing on this side, especially since this appears to be a supply. Put 2 on that hose, and make sure that you've got all the debris off this thing, so there's not little rocks and stones in there. And you can drain it out, wash your hands. So we have those on there. Now, just to get this started, I'm going to put it on, push it down and wiggle it. I'm going to show you a trick while we've got this camera going. So if it's cold, if it's in the fall and you're doing this, you get some propane. And this is your bong lighter out actually too. And all you have to do then, you turn it down really low, and it's just to heat the pipe. So that's how you do it. Heat the pipe a little bit if it's not going on. Okay, now, is once again make sure there's not little rocks and things underneath your crimpers. To this knob. So you want it, why it was leaking is they're back here, and what you have to do is you have to really tighten it on there. So what I'm going to do now, I face them up so if it's in a hole you can get at them.
Fell off the black part.
And so get right there, crimp it tight. Get the other one. Crimp it tight. Now that should be good enough that it's a nice tight seal. If you had a problem, if it leaked a little bit, or one of these failed and broke, then you can always tighten it. Or if one leaks, then you just offset this tab a little bit and you tighten it so that then whatever little gap is, it might squeeze it down. But that should be nice and snug. So you had the right idea, and that part's done.